Right, here's future me. I'm just partway through editing this monstrosity of a vlog from December and like the beginning of January. It kind of really does span from sort of mid-December through till pretty much now and till like the, I don't know, 7th of January. I had originally intended for it to be like 2 or 3 vlogs, which is not what it's ended up being. I've just decided to cut it all together into one video because I can't be bothered. There's not a lot interesting that actually happened during that time. I kind of just lost steam while I was filming and didn't really commit to any of the things that I wanted to do. So this is what we get. The next video that I'll upload after this one will be plans for 2024 though, and hopefully we can get off on the right foot from there. Maple, middle. Yeah, he's so good.
Hey man.
I forgot that I was going to try and vlog today, which is fine. I haven't done much of anything today. I've been streaming, reading sprints for 8 hours. I started at 9 a.m. It's about 5 now. What to say? You guys can probably hear my computer making noises. It's probably really stressed trying to do the live stream right now. This computer's really old. What was I going to say? We had a really weird thunderstorm today. I had to go drive in it and rescue my son from the weather because it happened as he was walking home from school, so that's always good. I don't really know what to vlog today because I don't really have plans. I've been a little bit shit at doing anything lately. It's December. December, I always get really overstimulated and overwhelmed, and I don't know what to do with myself. I'm pretty exhausted now, and I've got my baby. His eye's still all fucked up. I don't think that's ever gonna come right. Poor guy. Yeah. Good night. Hi, I'm in my car, but I just came down to the library. I'm like awkwardly parked outside the back of the community centre. I just went into the library to pick up 2 holds. Kamigawa Food Detectives and Stone Blind. I already have 9 library books at home, and then these came in today. So I came down to pick them up and discovered when I got here that I had another hold come in, this other Eden. So now I have 12 books out from the library. So that's nice. I'm going to try and finish the Once and Future, which is today, because then at least I can return that one. Try and plow through a few of them this week, because next week's going to be mental. My glasses are fogging up. It's really humid, and I don't have the windows down because people can hear me. But in the library, they must have senior days. And I woke up kind of shitty today because I didn't sleep enough, which is my own fault. I live streamed yesterday for nearly 14 hours. Anyway, the library. They must have senior days, and it must be today because they have like Santa's grotto and everything set up in there. I might film it, what the setup looks like in there. I wanted to film just now, but I didn't want to sort of film the people in there because, you know, I don't want to film people without their permission. But they were having like karaoke, all the old folks in there. They had games set up on the tables and they were having karaoke. And there's this older Maori gentlemen singing Christmas carols, and I'm not a Christmas person, but it just really like made my day so much better just walking past them, because they were just having a good little time. So my day's instantly improved just from walking past these older folks. Yeah, just good vibes, the best vibes. I have to go to a mall now, so yay, I've got to buy some manga for my son for Christmas, so we'll go do that. Peace. My decision to drive to the mall today was a bad one. I didn't think about how close to Christmas it is, and that everyone and like their whole families would be there. So, you know, whatever, next time I come over, I'm going to catch a bus. I got some manga for my son. Doesn't matter if I show this because he's not watching. Well, I don't think he's watching. James, are you watching? And he'll probably get these as soon as he gets home anyway, but these are part of his Christmas present from me. Death Note Volume 3 and Tokyo Ghoul as well. So those are those for him. Yeah, he's been really well like into these lately, and honestly I'm thinking about borrowing them from him. He's getting more of this for Christmas from everyone else in the family anyway. I also got, as a treat, a tiny Ninja Turtle. Should we find out what it is? I walked past Whitcoulls, which is the bookstore here, and I had to exercise some self-control and not go in and get myself a book treat, because I have enough books from the library and I have enough books that I already own that I haven't read yet. I have something like 200 ebooks that I haven't read yet, so let's see what... Opening it with my teeth like an absolute monster. My favorite is Donatello, but I got Leonardo. I love the Ninja Turtles so much. So, oh, they're just like in a little... Oh, I love that. They're just in a little box that can go on my desk. I love him. Look at him. Oh. His little... No, I love that. I'm going to have to get more of these. Anyway, that's been my treat for today. Is this tiny Ninja Turtle. I'm going to go home now and hopefully have a shower. Oh, okay. So there's... Are there pixel ones? I was just having a look at the back of the bag. But if there are pixel ones, why isn't Michelangelo in the pixels? Or is this just a random selection of the ones you can get? These might be something that I kind of start getting semi-regularly. I need more little bits and pieces for on my bookshelves. Hello from my car again. Just waiting for my kid to get out of school. It's the last day of school, so I'm here at midday. He starts high school next year. That's really weird. I'm just sort of slowly reading at the moment. Hold on, there's a garbage truck going by. It's going to be really loud. The roads are insane where I live at the moment, because there's roadworks and stuff happening everywhere because they're redoing the water mains, and today is garbage day, so there's just like road work, road blocked, roads closed, and garbage truck chaos. Bins all over the footpaths, bins blowing down the street because it's windy. It's just bonkers. Yeah, I haven't really dedicated any time to filming anything because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I still don't really know what I want to do, what I want this channel to be, but I just want to have some fun. But I've been a bit at odds. It's December, and December for me is kind of weird, and I don't want to be like bar humbug, anti-Christmas or whatever. I don't want to ruin anyone's fun, but I just don't really enjoy it. And that's fine. You're allowed to not enjoy things. You're allowed to enjoy things as well. I'm never going to rain on someone's parade if they enjoy this stuff. But December for me, I just get really overstimulated. It's the time of year where I realize I don't spend enough time with anyone to know what they like, so I don't know what to get them. And it's just, I have complicated feelings about December. But aside from that, it's also kind of like there's so much stuff happening in the world at the moment, and it seems just weird to go about my day like I normally would. Like, there's everything happening in Palestine, there's Sudan, there's Tigray, there's just so much happening. Kashmir. And then, like, I'm here making silly little videos on my silly little phone, which is made with metals that people in Congo are dying to mine. I have a lot of mixed feelings at the moment about everything. And it feels weird to just go about my day. It's really windy. I don't know if my microphone just picked that up. It's really fucking windy. Oh God, what was I saying? I want to do both book content and art content here, so I want to try and find a balance between those. I don't even know if this clip's going to make it into the vlog or not. I'm just kind of opening up my phone and filming when I feel like it at the moment. I think emotionally I'm very flat right now, and I think I'm usually emotionally flat. I don't do emotions too good. It's nothing at all or everything at once, and I think at the moment it's very nothing at all. And I'm good at masking, you know, but it gets difficult sometimes. I think today I'm going to do a little bit of drawing probably and read a little bit, but we're going to go full panic mode tomorrow.
I should be painting, but I decided to waste some time and read some of this, My Year of Rest and Relaxation. She is awful. The woman in this book is horrible. She is an awful fucking person. I love it. I'm really enjoying this. I'm only like 15 pages in, but she's terrible. Oh my God, she's so mean. I love it.
I'm kind of eating, but I've decided to watch the first episode or two of Heartstopper while I eat. And because I read the first 2 volumes of the graphic novels yesterday, and already I'm like half a second into the first episode, and the way I would die for these fictional teenagers, I would protect them with my life. I'm so late to like the Heartstopper to the Heartstopper like bus, but like I just said like so many times, but these boys, these kids. I don't mean for this to turn into a Heartstopper vlog, but I thought this reading the graphic novel as well, but Nick googling "am I gay" just really reminds me of when I googled "can girls be gay" when I was like 15. So there's that. Is just really, I was like, same. But then, you know, I didn't come out until my 20s anyway, so that is what it is. But this is so relatable. I'm still wearing the same clothes as I was 2 days ago. Not still, they've been washed. I've just put them back on again. So I'm not gross. I ended up with really bad migraines, so I haven't really done anything for the last, yesterday. It's like 1:30 p.m. on the 23rd now. I haven't done any painting or anything. I did watch both seasons of Heartstopper and it did make me cry. Not because like it made me sad or anything, it's just nice to know that kids have that to watch, because we didn't have stuff like that. I made chili oil. So I'm doing jars like this for my family for Christmas. There's more jars up here. I have to make more chili oil, and I have to make confit garlic. Right now I'm cutting up all these green onions, so I thought I'd talk to you while I do it. I'm sort of off to the side. I'm not going to move my phone because that's awkward, and now my hands are all wet and green oniony. I have a pavlova in the oven right now. I've got a Friendmas celebration that I'm headed to once the pavlova's cooled down enough to go. My son will be home in about half an hour and we'll muck about until the pav is done. I've got to whip some cream and cut up some fruit. You can probably hear this going. It's fine. I might try and vlog a little bit today. I don't know. My friends probably won't want to be in the videos, and there's going to be kids there, and I don't want to put the kids online, so there's that. Well, once I'm done doing this, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these green onions. I'm not even kidding. I have something like 30 bunches of green onion, and at the moment I'm just splitting them into, cutting them up into bags. I've run out of bags actually, but I've got the white parts in here, white parts separately from the green part because I use them for different things. So I might make some green onion pancakes or something. I don't fucking know. At some point try and use some of these up. Some baking, Chinese baking and stuff that I want to do, so maybe do that, make some steamed buns. I'm not really sure why I turned this on. I just thought I should give an update because I haven't updated and I'm supposed to be vlogging. I don't know. I've lost all enthusiasm for absolutely everything. I am enjoying like the cooking and stuff. I always enjoy cooking. That's one of the things I really enjoy to do. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do in 2024. Like for me, not for anyone else. Oh, this one's all floppy. It's not going in there. Get rid of the floppy bit. Like there are some things that I want to like learn to cook. I want to get better at making bread. I still haven't used my sourdough starter, which I had to make the new one of in my first vlog. Actually, I had to make the new one in my second vlog even around that time because the one I made in my first vlog grew mold. So that was awesome. Excellent. Loved that for me. So I want to like do sourdough and like have a go at making different types of like Asian steamed bread. There's a lot of Asian foods that I want to try making as well and get better at, and I want to try regularly making dumplings and things. So you'll probably see some food videos from me coming up at some point once I figure out how to actually film them. I need to get a tripod or something. At the moment I'm just leaning my phone on stuff, and that's fine. That's what works for me. Now I'm just gonna keep it relaxed. You know, Christmas Eve tomorrow, I've got dinner at my mum's with the family. Today hanging out with friends. I don't want to be stressed, so I'm not gonna be. I'm so past it. I've had enough of this year. I would like this year to be over. Mind you, nothing's gonna change. Still gonna be the same next year as I am now. I because I don't usually read romance. So I was thinking it might be kind of fun to do that. So if any romance readers are watching, recommend me some romance. Woo. I can't tell if my house smells incredible or if it just smells musty from all of the cooking. You recommend me your favourite romances. I forgot that I was talking about that. And I'll put them on my list and do a video of me reading romance for the first time. I'll probably be intensely uncomfortable. Peace. It's supposed to be summer. Still fucking hot though. Hi all. I meant to film more yesterday or last night or whatever, but I didn't film anything at my friend's house. It was good. We do friend miss every year. It's always just low key and chill. I climbed under a car to get a duckling that a neighbour's cat had caught and let go and she was worried about, and got nice and muddy. We all sat out in the rain and chatted all night. It was nice. Of course it's raining because wouldn't be New Zealand summer without rain. It's Christmas Eve. I've got a potato bake and a pasta bake in the oven right now that we're going to take to my mum's house for family dinner tonight. I won't be able to film there because none of them will be okay with being on camera. Yeah, I don't know. I've been really headachy and gross the last few days and I'm just not interested in doing Christmas things. Mind you, I'm not particularly interested in doing Christmas things in the first place, so it's fine. I never want to spoil everyone else's fun, though, is the thing. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how we're going. I've read about half, I think, of My Year of Rest and Relaxation, and I'm really enjoying it. She's such a cow. It's so good. My arm was getting sore up there. It's a really good angle, though, huh? We're up. Yeah. Merry to everyone, if you celebrate Christmas, that is. Hope you have a good holiday, regardless of what you celebrate or if you celebrate at all. Hiya. I wanted to start a vlog. It's the evening on the 1st of January 2024. Happy New Year. I'm really burnt out from December. And I had plans for videos for December that just didn't happen because my anxiety was at a level that was just unmanageable throughout December, and I had 4 straight days where I was seeing people constantly and it just burned me out. At the moment, I'm thinking I might just film a vlog while I try to recover from the December... Gosh, I can't even talk. From the December burnout. And try to get my... Like, my goal for this is to get my house in order, rest up, like, get myself to a place mentally where I feel like I can end the month on, like, a good note. I have an obscene number of library books at the moment that I need to read through as well. We'll have a look at those in a minute. So I want to try and get through as many of those as I can over the next week, which I think will be fun. I don't even know what day it is today. Oh, it's Monday. That's so convenient. So between now and the 7th, we'll see how many of these books I can get through. A few of them are actually due on the 7th, so it'd be good to get some of them done. Right now, I'm reading 4 books. They are all library books. I'm reading Backwaters by Emma Ling Sidner. This is about a 4th generation Chinese girl in New Zealand, writing about her grandfather's life. I'm really interested in sort of what this has to say. So the back is, Laura is tired of being asked where she's really from. Her family has lived in Aotearoa, New Zealand for 4 generations, and she's ambivalent at best about her Chinese heritage. But when she's asked to write about the Chinese New Zealander experience for a work project, Laura finds herself drawn to the diary of her great-great-grandfather Ken, a market gardener in the early years of the British colony. With the help of her beloved grandpa, Laura begins to write a version of Ken's story. She imagines his youth in Guangzhou and his journey to a new land. Unaware that soon, spurred on by a family secret that comes to light, she will go on her own journey of self-discovery, sexuality, and reckoning with the past. Very interested in this. I find it's really hard to find content about growing up Asian in New Zealand, so I was really excited when I came across this. Something else I'm reading, which is actually how I came across this author, is an anthology called A Clear Dawn, and I need to actually buy my own copy of this. I have read this already, and I want to reread it, so I'm going to slowly make my way through it this month. This is New Asian Voices from Aotearoa, New Zealand, and Emma Ling Sidner actually wrote something for in this. So this is the first ever anthology of Asian New Zealand creative writing. A Clear Dawn presents an extraordinary wave of emerging writers with roots stretching from Indonesia to Japan, from China to the Philippines to the Indian subcontinent. The authors in this anthology range from high school students to retirees, from recent immigrants to writers whose families have lived in New Zealand for generations. Exploring diverse voices, styles, and points of view, A Clear Dawn maps a new literature of Aotearoa, New Zealand. So I want to reread this because I really enjoyed it the first time I looked at it, and I want to write some stuff down. So those are the 2 that I'm very excited about getting through this month. I need to swap hands. Another one that I'm reading is Cursed Bunny, which if you paid attention to, or like if you watched my previous videos, I had been reading an ebook version of this. I DNF'd it because I was struggling with reading ebooks because I read them on my phone, hurts my face, I get migraines, it's really difficult. So I need to get an e-reader. It's been decided, but I need an e-reader that runs like Android or Google Play Store because I read across a bunch of different apps. So I can't just get a Kindle or a Kobo because they won't run each other's books. So I got this out from the library. I've read the first story. I'm just going to try and read like a story a day throughout the month. The other one that I'm also currently reading, which I actually started last year and has been in my previous 2 vlogs, is The Count of Monte Cristo. And this is for my book club read for Pokemon for this month. So there's that. Another book that I definitely need to read this month is Minor Detail, which I've had on my TBR since November, and I need to actually read this month. And that'll be for the chicken prompt for Pokemon. If you're not familiar with Pokemon, I'll link it all down below. There's a lot going on with it, so I don't really want to explain it, but it's a lot of fun. And being involved in the community, the book community, has been really, really fun. I'm not very good at being physically around people, but being involved in the booktube sort of community and like taking part in readathons and stuff has been really, really fun, and I'm really enjoying it, which is nice because I don't enjoy much these days. I've had 1 DNF already, and that is Herc by Phoenicia Rogerson. By Phoenicia Rogerson. I was actually really looking forward to this, but
It's sort of a weird one because it uses a really modern voice, and I don't like a voice that's too modern when I read, especially when I read a genre like this, I guess. Actually, I don't really like a modern voice too modern a voice full stop. But she really lost me when one of the characters, and this is a book about Hercules, when one of the characters said Egypt, and it just kind of, I kept reading for a little bit, but I just couldn't get into it. So unfortunately, that's my first DNF for this year. I have also had one finish already, which I'm quite pleased with myself about, even though I technically didn't read the whole thing. I have looked through it and I've read all the bits relevant to me, so I consider it finished. It's this book of artists' letters. And what this is just a book full of artists' letters. And I went through and I read the ones that are relevant to me, which is probably about half the book. But I consider it finished, so I've marked it finished as my first finish of the year. I don't care. So there's that. I have set my Goodreads and Storygraph reading goals at 120 books this year, because last year I read 129. So I think 120 I can manage, if not more, because I do plan on reading a lot of manga and comics this year. So there's that. Let's have a look at all the other library books that I have out. There's 11 of them over there. One of them is really big too. Anyway, these are all the library books that I have out currently. So we've got Rouge by Mona Awad, Atalanta by Jennifer Saint, Folk by Zoe Gilbert, Chlorine by Jade Song, Spirit Bears Its Teeth by Andrew Joseph White, Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, Welcome to the Hyeonam-dong Bookshop by Hwang Borum, This Other Eden by Paul Harding, The End of August by Yu Miri, Kamigawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiwai, and The Travelling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa. So these all have to be read in January. I think these two are due on the 7th, so they have to be read this week. And the latest one, that one's due on the 18th. So I don't actually have very long to read all of these. So we're going to go into panic mode with the reading. Well, not panic mode. I'm going to use all of these books to recuperate. I've just had a look at the due dates for my library books, and all of these books need to be read before the 18th, and today's the 2nd. So I have just over 2 weeks to read 11 books, and I'm not including the Count of Monte Cristo in that. I might actually put the Count of Monte Cristo on a back burner and not read any of it until I'm done with all of these, because that just needs to be finished by the end of the month. But these 5, including this absolute monster, these 2 are due on this is due on the 8th, these 3 are due on the 9th, and this is due on the 11th. So yay. And then I've got all the other ones that are due. There's another 4 that are due on the 14th, and 2 that are due on the 18th. Why did I do this? I put all of these on hold, and then all of the holds came in at the same time, and at one point I think I had 22 books out. At the moment I have 11 that are either being read or are to be read still, and then I have 4 that are finished that need to go back to the library. The library opens tomorrow, so I'll take them back tomorrow. Bet anything tomorrow I'll have another 4 books come in off of hold, which is fine. I'll get through them. It's just I live in a hell of my own making. I was just reading Backwaters, and I don't know, probably 50 pages in. And it's good. I'm really enjoying it. It's just making me a bit emotional. And not because I have, I don't have the same sort of family history of like being a third or fourth generation Chinese person in New Zealand. I'm first generation Taiwanese in New Zealand, and I'm half. My mum immigrated here, and my dad is white, but I don't have that history, so it's not the history that's making me emotional. Like, there's not a huge amount in here that like I relate to sort of as a New Zealander. There is some family dynamic stuff that I absolutely relate to, but she's having the main character in this is having all these conversations with her Chinese grandparents, and it's making me think about my grandparents, and it's making me emotional. So I think I might need to read something else for a little bit. But yeah, interesting. I find that happens a lot when I read books about or written by authors who are, you know, second, third, fourth generation Asian diaspora, or like mixed, and they start talking about their families. Like, this happens a lot. It's really common because I don't see my family in Taiwan a lot. The last time I saw them would have been the end of 2016. So 8 years ago, you know, almost. And I've been thinking about how I don't really know much about my grandmother, my pawpaw in Taiwan. And I should probably learn some stuff, you know. And I was also thinking about how, like, I didn't actually get to know. I was thinking also about how I didn't actually get to know my grandfather, my uncle, before he passed away. Like, I know very little about my family in Taiwan, so there might be some conversations to have with my mum, maybe, to try and learn some stuff about. But books like this always get me thinking about that, and they make me quite emotional. But, you know, that is what it is. I think I'm going to slow down with Backwaters. So I'll keep alternating between Backwaters and A Clear Dawn and Cursed Bunny, because they're not due till later, but I might start on The Travelling Cat Chronicles. I'm so glad I'm someone who can read multiple books at a time. And see if this makes me less sad. It's good to know that I have emotions still. That's always nice. I ran out of bookmarks, or I can't find bookmarks, so I'm going to use this K-pop postcard. This is new from the boys. I figure he'll cheer me up if I end up sad again. I've got K-pop stuff everywhere. Sometimes I pull out photo cards and things and I use them as bookmarks. I have to eat some food, and then I'm going to read some more. It's beautiful, but I'm going to go back inside now. I'm just watching Saltburn while I eat my dinner and like really enjoying it. And I'm mostly like the only person I really know who's in this is Barry Keoghan, who is obviously excellent. But like, look at this humongous kissing booth guy actually doing some fucking acting. Good for him. Wow. I finished watching Saltburn. I don't really know how I feel about it. It's a bit odd. But odd's good. Don't really know how to explain how I feel about this movie. It was good though. The cinematography, wow. Some of the cinematography was absolutely beautiful. Barry Keoghan, always great. More of Barry Keoghan playing weird little guys, please, because Rosamund Pike was in it. Nice surprise. I always like Rosamund Pike. Yeah, interesting film. It made me kind of want to watch The Banshees of Inisherin again, which Barry Keoghan is also in. I won't though, because it's late. I need to go to bed. So I'm going to go lie down, read more of The Travelling Cat Chronicles. and hopefully sleep. I'm back. I'm reading Backwaters. It's like, you know, our main character has just joined a Asian creators collective. Yeah, it's just a group where Asian people, mixed race people can come and be creative in a welcoming space, which actually sounds really cool. Like, do we have one of those? I would like to join one of those. And she's asking people why they joined, and there's a couple of people in here. You know, there's a mixed race, half Korean, half white person, and they're saying, I never felt like I was either white enough or Asian enough. I just felt stuck between two worlds. And our main character is saying, I just want to fit in and be accepted as a New Zealander and not be asked, where are you from, everywhere she goes. And I relate to both of those things to varying levels, obviously relating to not being white enough or not being Asian enough. That's the thing that's been struggled with my whole life. But this bit here about like just wanting to be accepted as a New Zealander and not being asked where you're from, I used to present a bit more Asian than I do now. And it really just depends on what I'm doing with my hair, what I'm doing with my makeup, and blah, 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 blah. If I'm wearing makeup at all, I don't really now. But I didn't used to get, where are you from? I used to get a lot of, what are you? Which is incredibly offensive. Don't do that to people. But I wouldn't get, what are you, from white people. I would get, what are you, from other East Asian, usually East Asian people, because white people don't tend to clock the fact that I'm mixed, but other East Asian people do. And they do. They get right up in your face and they go, so what are you? Don't do that. Don't do that to people. So there are a lot of things happening in this book. And obviously it's the author writing about her experiences and writing about the experiences of people that she's friends with and that she's spoken to. And I like reading stuff like this because it makes me feel a little bit validated in my feelings. But there was also, you know, someone in here that said, I honestly hated being Asian growing up. Kids at school called me Ching Chong and I hated it. I didn't personally receive that behavior. Well, I did from a couple of people. And then people do this weird fetishy thing too. Like they find out that you're half Asian and they start asking you weird ass questions, or they start treating you differently because they found out that you're Asian. Don't do that either. It's fucking weird. But I used to be on the receiving end of a lot of racism that was directed at my mother, which was not nice. So I used to tell kids that my mum was my babysitter, which is terrible. It's a horrible thing to do. But it made me feel safe and it made me feel like I wasn't being targeted. So that's just what I did. And after we moved to cities, it was much less of an issue. But where we grew up, it was. Yeah. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Actually, another thing that she says, oh my God, I've just realized I have like a crusty nose. I'm a little bit sick at the moment. I've got a sinus infection. We're just going to ignore the crusty nose, okay? But another thing that she says at the end of this chapter, you know, she gets home, she collapses on her bed, she's exhausted. She says, I feel strangely elated. So that's what it's like to feel seen, to have people relate to my cross-cultural childhood and complicated feelings towards race. And I think that's kind of all we want, really, is just to feel like we belong. Just muting my TV, there's sprints on and the timer just ran down. Yeah, to feel like we belong and to feel like there's people who sort of know what we're thinking. And obviously, like, I can talk to my sister about a lot of this stuff. I do have some other mixed race friends, and not necessarily Asian either, and we've had some similar experiences growing up. And similar identity crises. So it's nice. It's nice to have people that you relate to. I want to cover this up now. I'm going to go have a shower and scrub my face. Hi everyone. I kind of filmed my last bit, went and had a shower and then got slammed with a migraine. So I slept the whole day and it's now after midnight. And I feel a little bit better. My head still hurts a little bit.
but I need to stay awake for a little bit and see if this is actually going away or not, because if it's not, then I need to take some pills. But I have about 60 pages left of Backwaters, so I'm going to see if I can finish that. And then tomorrow I want to try and finish the Travelling Cat Chronicles and maybe start the Kamigawa Food Detectives. Try and get those finished before Friday night, because Friday night at 5 p.m. I'm going to take part in the 48-hour readathon. I don't know how that'll go. I have tried to take part in like 24-hour readathons before, and I lose the plot about half an hour into them. I'm like, I have other stuff to do. So we'll see how that goes. I might do some sprints over the weekend. So I might finish this vlog tomorrow or like during the day on Friday, and I might vlog the 48-hour readathon separately. We'll see how it goes. But I would like to start on a fresh book for the 48-hour readathon. And yeah. Tomorrow I would like to be able to go for a walk down to the library. If I'm up to it. I don't feel particularly well at the moment. I don't know if you can tell. I think I look like shit. But I have 4 books over there that need to go back to the library. If I finish Backwaters, I'll return that too. And I have a couple of holds that need to be picked up as well, which is horrendous because I still have a lot of books to get through from the library, but we can do it. It's fine. I want to try and get through these books without having to renew any of them. I think that's going to be a fun mission for like the whole of January. I think this is just going to be the way I live this month. I keep filming so close to my face. I really shouldn't do that. You don't want to see my paws. I finished reading Backwaters. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. It was nice to read an Asian New Zealand perspective. I feel like everything I want to say about it I've already said throughout this video. I don't think I have anything new to say about it really. I just enjoyed it. So next on the agenda, I'm a third of the way through Travelling Cat Chronicles. I can try and finish that tomorrow, and I want to start the Kamigawa Food Detectives and finish that by Friday afternoon before we go into the 48-hour readathon. Sorry, it's 2 a.m. My brain's not firing on all 4 pistons. You can probably hear my dishwasher in the background as well. So yeah, finish these 2 by the end of Friday, then I can return them. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I'm gonna go to bed. I can't string a sentence together. I can't think of words. It's bedtime. Good night. I only slept for like 4 hours, and I'm also significantly more sick than I was yesterday. My sinuses are so bad, and there is a chainsaw man. He's of course stopped now that I'm filming, now that I'm recording, but it's so loud, and he's cutting down. It smells like he's cutting down pine trees. You know what I'm fucking allergic to? Pine trees. So this is fun. This is a good day. I live in an area that's surrounded with pine trees anyway, so whenever they start dropping pollen, I'm in actual hell. But that's okay. I'm so congested. This is ridiculous. I might have to like steam my face. I am now halfway through Travelling Cat Chronicles. I'll finish this easy. I read the first story in the Kamigawa Food Detectives. I'm not really enjoying it, and I think it's because it has the same vibes as Before the Coffee Gets Cold.
And while I enjoyed Before the Coffee Gets Cold, I think I'd need to be in a specific mood for like something cozy and comforting. And I'm often not really in the mood for like cozy sort of things. It's like I did like the first story in the Kamigawa Food Detectives. I don't think I'm in the mood for it right now. I'm going to read it though. It's only 200 pages, if even. Let's have a look. It is exactly 200 pages long. Oh no, 201. So, yeah. Read the second half of this. I could probably read the Kamigawa Food Detectives today as well and finish it, unless I nap again. I have a green tea with lemon, ginger, and honey, which ticks off my honey prompt for Pokemon. I really enjoy reading. I don't know how many books I'll get through this month. I would like to try and get through my full stack, but we'll see. I have all these library books to get through by the 18th, so my challenge... Oops. Ugh, dropping stuff. My challenge for this month, like my personal challenge, is to get through all of these library books without having to renew any of them, which I think I already mentioned as well. I genuinely don't remember what the hell I talked about and like what videos I talked about it in. But yeah, I'd like to finish those library books without having to renew any, and I'm a little worried about the end of August because I think that's over like 700 pages. So we'll see how it goes, and I need to finish The Count of Monte Cristo by the end of this month too for the book club prompt. If I feel like I can't finish The Count of Monte Cristo, there's bound to be a book club that's reading something shorter and I can just pick it up. Because I can do probably about 400 pages in a day, like without abandoning everything else that I need to do. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, I really just want to pick up The Spirit Bears Its Teeth right now. I might actually read it next. I don't know. I might put it on my list for the 48-hour readathon, which if I get more sick, I might not be able to take part in very well, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Tiny book haul. I just had 5 books arrive in the post. One of them is not a TBR read, it's a research read. But those books are, because I'm going to try and read more New Zealand books this year, so 3 of the ones I got are Potiki by Patricia Grace, which I've never read before. Potiki follows a small coastal community threatened by developers. It is a time of fear and confusion and growing anger. The prophet Cha Tokawaru I Te Marama shares his people's struggles against bulldozers and fast money talk. His all-seeing eye looking forward to a strange and terrible new dawn. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I don't know how I missed this in school, but whatever. The second one I got is The Whale Rider, which I have read before. I don't remember any of it, though. Well, I do remember it, but I don't know if what I remember is from the movie or from reading the book. Kahu feels destined to become the leader of her tribe in the east coast village of Whangara, but her grandfather, Koro Apirana, refuses to accept that a girl could take over from him as chief. When a pod of whales is beached, Kahu has to act as she is to save them and her people. So yeah, The Whale Rider. These are all New Zealand classics, by the way. And Once Were Warriors, which I've never read. I have seen the movie before, and I will never watch the movie again. But yeah, the blurb on the back doesn't even really tell you anything about the book. It just says, groundbreaking, original, heart-rending, the most talked about book in New Zealand ever, adapted into a blockbuster movie and still in print 3 decades later. So this book is as old as I am. I'm looking forward to reading this. I know it's going to be really, really heavy, just going off of what the movie is like. The fourth book I got, and I have read this already, I have this as an ebook, is Iron Widow by Xiran Jay Zhao. Did I think that this was the best written book ever when I first read it? No. It's a YA book. But did I really, really enjoy reading it? Yes, absolutely. So I got myself a physical copy because the sequel is coming out this year, and I would like to reread this before the sequel comes out. Also, Xiran's a really cool person. You should go and check them out. I'll link their YouTube channel in the comments, in the description. But they're a really cool person. But yeah, I'm looking forward to rereading this and seeing how I feel about it now, because it's been about 1.5 years since I first read it, I think. I don't know, when did this book come out? I read it pretty immediately after it was released. 2021, yeah, so about nearly 2 years since I read that book. The fifth book that I got is a copy of the New International Version of the Bible. Am I religious? Absolutely not. But we studied the King James Bible for like what parts. We studied parts of the King James Bible during my literature course. I thought it was interesting, and it gave me more of an understanding of some of the texts I was reading. The Chainsaw Man is chainsawing, and I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really just cutting through my brain. So I think I might today have to put in my earbuds and or like earplugs or something, because I feel like he's going to be going all day. Anyway, I read a lot of old books, and I read a lot of old poetry, and a lot of older works of writing take a lot of influence from the Bible. So yeah, I want to flick through the Bible, see if it gives me a better understanding of some of the older books that I read, or the older texts that I read. I think it'll be interesting. I hate how tiny the fucking print is in this. Like, who made this decision? This is... The paper is so thin. And it's, 500 and something pages of Bible. Nearly 600 pages, including the notes in the back. But this has footnotes and things in it about the translation. This is the New International Version. It kind of makes me laugh, because obviously they want something like this to be available, and like it's windy. Obviously they want a Bible to be like within people's means to get their hands on, but like the concept of an apparently important religious texts being published as like mass market paperbacks is really, really funny to me. But anyway, I'm looking forward to those, but I have to finish these 2 Japanese books before I can start on any of these, and I have to go through my library books, so I don't know when I'll actually get to these. I'll definitely read Iron Widow before Heavenly Tyrant comes out, but because I'm making hotok. I don't know if I'm saying that right, probably not. It's Korean filled pancakes, so these are filled with brown sugar. I wish I had some like blueberries or some Nutella or something, but pan frying them. I haven't made these in a really long time, so I don't know how they're going to turn out. I'm not sure I have my oil hot enough. But I don't know, they're browning. So we want the sugar inside to get really nice and melty. They look beautiful. They could use a little more filling though. Hey, it's Friday. 48-hour readathon is going to start soon, so this is going to be my last update for this vlog. I didn't really do much this week, which was the plan. That was the intention. I feel better than I did at the beginning of the vlog, and today I'm not sick like I was yesterday. Or I'm not as sick, my sinuses still suck. My hair is off of my face, and I feel really weird about it. Like, you can really see my one eyebrow. Which, whatever. I went to the library this morning. I returned the 5 books that I needed to return, and I came home with another 6, which were all holds that had come in from other libraries. Ew. This happens every time I get sick. My skin gets dry and nasty. Should I refilm this bit? Refilm the intro. Ugh. I need to learn to moisturize more, is the moral of that story. I'm not going to refilm. You guys can just see my dry lip right now. At the end of this vlog, I still haven't finished these 2, which I keep talking about finishing, but I have nearly finished both of them, which is good. So yeah, I'm going to keep reading those, head into the 48-hour readathon soon, and yeah, just keep working my way through all of these goddamn library books. I need to figure out a better way to go about, well, it's not a figuring out, I just need to stop putting so many books on hold, because they all keep coming in at the same time, and I have like 20 books out at the moment, and it's a bit it's a bit silly, it's a bit out of hand. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it be now. This vlog is done. Let's get into the 48-hour readathon. I'll catch you in the next one.